Sir, can you hear me? Is everybody?
Oh, madam.
Is
Okay,
every?
okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Sir,
Okay.
sir,
Fine. So okay. Fine. Now
sir, sir.
let's.
Okay, okay, no issue, no issue. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Fine. So let's start, right? Sir, are you on a phone
Yeah,
call or
yeah.
something? Okay. Fine. Let's start. Okay.
1 minute,
So
all are
yes.
joined. Okay, all are
Yeah.
joined.
All
Okay.
are joined here. So next topic is querying data from database and reporting. Now, what is querying? See, a database query is a request for data from a database. Now, usually the request is to retrieve data, or data can also be manipulated using queries. Now, the data can come from one or more tables or even other queries. Okay, so now what is execution of queries? Okay, we usually execute queries through web services. You know, right? I mean, you use a web service, you log into a particular website and you query and you extract information from that. Then you have BI subject areas. Now, what is a subject area? A subject area is a logical grouping of tables related to a particular subject or application context, like for example your CSV format files. Then you access to the web service, you access those CSV formats again through the web services. Then you have this BI publisher, that is a business intelligence publisher, again it's a cloud service. Then this is a tool for getting data from a cloud environment. Then you have product, we have gone to the file based, right? FBDI, it means the same thing here. Then you have product specific options, like suppose you're sharing data with external systems, like for example, you're running a payroll or calculating tax. Now for calculating tax, you need to know what your government, has laid down the regulations. So you extract information from that particular application. Okay. And you have ADFDI and export to Excel, that we have already covered it. And this is what do you mean by Oracle BI applications configuration manager? That is nothing but Oracle BI cloud connector console that I showed it to you in the previous slides. There's a console, right? You retrieve data, you extract information from the cloud storage and the web center content server, right? So this is what you execute queries through all these services. Okay. So moving ahead, what do you mean by reporting? Okay, so see, a report basically is a document that presents information in an organized format for a specific purpose. So the process of preparing reports is called as reporting. Now we have different types of reports in financials. Let us have a look and understand what all these different types of financial reports mean. Okay, so now you can see something like Financial Reporting Studio reports. Now, what is this kind of a report? This is basically a report design tool or a report repository. Repository meaning it is a place where all your financial data, yeah, is all located there. So it is Oracle's best client-based reporting authoring. Authoring meaning the creation of the creation of programs and databases for computer applications. Okay, so this Financial Reporting Studio is one of the best client of Oracle's. Okay, it enables users to create, customize, and view income statements and balance sheets reports. This report is usually used in the in the general ledger, and this actually retrieves data from the balance cube. I mentioned the balance cube in the previous class,
Yes, ma'am.
right? That was, I think, yesterday's class we mentioned. So Oracle Fusion General Ledger Balance Cube. So it takes in, it retrieves reports from this balance cube. This is in the general ledger. Then moving to the next kind of a report, it's called as account groups and sunburst. Now, account groups are used to monitor key accounts in general ledger. Like when a user creates an account group, it becomes visible in the financial reporting center with the sunburst visualization tool. Okay, this is basically a visualization tool. Okay, this tool, what does this do? This tool lets you to interact with your account balances across various dimensions to view balances from different perspectives. Like account groups are, these account groups are basically used only in GL. Okay, so this kind of reporting is usually used in GL. That is a general
Okay.
ledger. Okay. Then you have the smart view reports. Okay, so smart view, you anyways know it's kind of a spreadsheet, right? So you've already covered this part, but anyways, I'll just tell you. It's basically an analysis tool which is combined with full Excel functionality. Smart view enables the user to interactively analyze the balances, etc. So this is usually used for all of your different departments, like the the GL, the accounts payables, receivables, cash management, fixed assets, etc. Then comes the Oracle Transaction BI analysis. Now, what does analysis mean? See, the analysis and reports are built off transactional tables using subject areas, right? So now these reports can be run in GL, payables, receivables, and cash management. So basically, these all are different types of reporting. Okay, so these are the tools which are available with the Financial Reporting Center. Then we have the Oracle Transactional BI dashboards, wherein you can get the reports on your dashboard in Fusion instance. So this is called as that. So you can see the screen over here, right? So you get it in a very multi-dimensional format, right? As I mentioned, as Oracle applications have embedded analytics in the first class. So that is what this is. Then Oracle BI published reports is again, business intelligence published reports that you retrieve from the cloud environment. Then you have the BI mobile apps. Okay, so this is mobile apps, the designer app that enables you to create multi-touch information-driven application with the rich interaction, rich visualization, and rich media for mobile devices. Like you can even view the reports on your iPhone or Android phones or tablets, etc. So all these can be, used in all the departments of finance, like the GL, accounts payables, receivables, and all that. Then you have the other reporting tools, which are more or less based on the same way. Basically, people use these reporting systems, and these are you have 5 types of other kinds of reporting tools, like general accounting dashboards and reports and analytics, which are the again OTBI objects. Then you have this business intelligence catalog, and you have performance management workspace. So these are all the applications, again same like these financial reporting. So reports like books and snapshots, etc. And BI publisher reports. So more or less these are synchronizing with each other. It's the same thing. So these are basically different types of financial reporting centers, right? So you are okay. Now you are aware of what reporting means, right? So shall we move to the next slide?
Right.
Okay.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Just previous slide.
Yes.
Srikanth,
Sir.
இந்த நான் ஒரு பேசிக் அக்கௌண்ட் டாக்குமெண்ட்னு ஒன்னு அமிச்சேன்.
எஸ் சார்.
அது பாத்தியா? அது என்னன்னாவது ஓபன் பண்ணி பாத்தியா?
எஸ் சார். அசெட் லைபிலிட்டி இன்கிரீஸ் ஆகுது.
அது ரைட். அது ஓகே. கடைசியா ஒரு ஃபைனான்சியல் ஸ்டேட்மென்ட்னு ஒன்னு இருக்கும்.
எஸ் சார்.
பாத்தியா? அதுல பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட், P&L, அப்புறம் அதெல்லாம் போட்டிருப்பேன். இதெல்லாம் அந்த என்னென்ன ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் பிக்டோரியல் இதுல போட்டிருப்பேன். ஓகேவா? சோ அது ஃபைனான்சியல் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்ஸ். ஓகே. பட் இவங்க சொல்றது ஆக்சுவலா என்னன்னா டேஷ்போர்ட் பேஸ் டேட்டா. இப்போ டேஷ்போர்ட் டேட்டால இப்போ கம்பைன் பண்ணி எவ்வளவு சேல், எவ்வளவு இருக்கு, எவ்வளவு ஆச்சு, இது பேமெண்ட்ஸ் எவ்வளவு, குரூப் வைஸ், அந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் வைஸ், அந்த மாதிரி பேமெண்ட்ஸ் இது பண்ணி எடுக்கிறது. சம்மரி ரிப்போர்ட்டா எடுத்துக்கலாம், டீடைல்டு ரிப்போர்ட். பட்ஜெட்டுக்கும் எக்ஸ்பென்ஸுக்கும் எவ்வளவு இது நம்ம பிளான் பண்ணிருப்போம், பட் எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ் எவ்வளோ, வேரியன்ஸ் எவ்வளோ, இதெல்லாம் டேஷ்போர்ட்ல காமிச்சிடும். புரியுதா? அது ஃபைனான்சியல் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட், அது ஆரக்கிள்ல இருந்து ஜென்ரேட் ஆகி அது வந்துடும். பட் அது இந்த அனாலிட்டிக்ஸ் இது தனி. ஓகேவா? ஸோ இது என்னன்னா இதுதான் இவங்க பார்ப்பாங்க. டாப் லெவல் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் இதுல பர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ்ல இது ஒரு டிஸ்கஷன் நடக்கும். இது எவ்வளவு, எதனால இவ்வளவு செலவாச்சு, இவ்வளவு எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ், ஏன் இது லாஸ்ட் இயருக்கும் இந்த இயருக்கும் ஏன் இவ்வளவு இது டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கு, இதெல்லாம் பார்ப்பாங்க. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் அனாலிட்டிக்ஸ். ஓகேவா, புரிஞ்சுதான் நான் சொல்றது? ஸோ இது ட்ரில் டவுன் ஆகி நிறைய ரிப்போர்ட் கிடைக்கும். இதுல வேரியஸ் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ரிப்போர்ட் இதுல இருக்கும். ஓகேவா, அதுதான். ஓகே, ரைட் மேடம், யூ கேன்.
Okay. Next is the approval setup in BPM. So what is BPM? BPM is Oracle Business Process Management. So BPM is a member of the Oracle Business Project Management Suite, okay, which is a complete set of tools for creating, executing, and optimizing business processes. Now, Oracle BPM Worklist enables business users to access and act on tasks assigned to them. Like for example, from a work list, a loan agent can review loan applications, or a manager can approve employee vacation requests. Okay, basically you're going to do an approval setup. So what is an approval setup? See, approval meaning the action of approving something. Okay, what does the approval setup mean? The approval setup is the process which is made up of different stages and their paths and steps. Now, the approval steps that you place on the approval path represent the approval levels that are required for a transaction. So these are the steps which you usually, discuss with your client and, decide on how to do an approval process. Basically, you define approval framework processes, how the whole process will go about. Then you will define criteria for approval framework process. Criteria meaning on what basis you need to assign approvals to the job role, etc. like that. Then you define the path, like who is going to from which stage to which stage the approval process will work, and the different steps for approval framework processes. So we'll see how this works. So basically you have different types of approver types. So you can include any number of approvers of various types in your approval sequence by dragging and dropping them into the approval flow. So this is one kind of approver types, which is the management hierarchy or the supervisor hierarchy. Now, what does this mean? Now, you can include predefined types of managers in your approval sequence, like the line manager, then the line manager has to take approval from the resource manager has to further take approval from project manager, and from project manager to the regional manager. So basically you're creating an approval process depending on the hierarchy. Now, if the enterprise defines additional types of managers, then they appear automatically in the approver section of the manage approval rules page, which we'll show it to you in the practicals. Then you can include them in the approval sequence as well. Then next is users. Okay, now here you can include one or more Oracle Fusion application users in the approval sequence. So this is basically user based. Okay, then is the approval groups. Now what happens in approval groups is you create approval groups using the BPM work list. Okay, that's a business process management work list, wherein you define your approval sequence. You can enter the names of one or more existing approval groups. Okay, I'll show you that in the next example, of approval groups. Then you have the position hierarchy. Now, depending on the position hierarchy, you can set up an approval process. Like suppose if you include a position hierarchy in your approval sequence, then the position holders are invited to approve the transaction. Okay, as I mentioned, like the line manager, the resource manager, suppose there's a transaction happening. So the line manager might not be able to make certain decisions. Okay, so he will then send an approval to ask for an approval to his resource manager. So we will decide whether, okay, the company will tell, okay, these are the criteria. Based on these criteria, you can approve. As a resource manager, you can approve. Suppose it is not in your jurisdiction, what happens is he'll again send it to his higher up, to the project manager. Then it will go to him. Then he will have to approve. So basically you're designing, the authority of people here. by doing the approval setup. Then you have responsibility holders. Now, the responsibility holders type of approvers are wherein people, you can include responsibility holder who have predefined responsibilities in the approval sequence, like the HR representative or the union representative or the payroll representative. Suppose if the enterprise defines additional responsibility types, then that appears automatically in the approvers section of the manage approval rules page. Now you will see all these manage approval rules page in the instance when we show you the examples. Then in the practicals. Then you can also include them in the approval sequence. Now, suppose if we use responsibility holder approval type, suppose we use this kind of an approval responsibility holder approval type for the company's approval setup process, then we must ensure that the responsibility holders are already defined in the application. Okay, for example, if you include HR representative as an approver for an employee process, okay, then all those employees who are under him must have HR representatives assigned to them in the application. Okay, so that is one prerequisite of this. Then you have application roles, okay, wherein you can use any of the existing duty roles to include in your approval sequence. Say if your enterprise defines duty roles for security purposes, then you can enter the duty role to include them in the approval sequence. Users with job roles that inherit the duty role become transaction approvers. Okay, then comes the job roles. You can include a job level in your approval sequence. The job role routings are based on the manager hierarchy defined in Oracle Fusion HCM. Okay, so the approval list is generated based on the starting level specified in a rule, then continues until an approval with a sufficient job level is found. Basically the hierarchy, you're following the hierarchy. So the approval flow uses the job level defined in the manage jobs interface. Now see here, if you can see, this is a approval structure in Fusion applications. In the one second. Yeah. Okay, you can see this here, right? Yeah, this is basically the structure. This is the employee supervisor approval structure. So depending on this relationship, you can do an approval setup process, or depending on the position approval structure, you can design the approval, approval setup process, or maybe the job level approval structure. This is how it would look. Okay. Any doubts still here? Okay. And let's show you an example of how the approval process happens.
Madam,
yeah, yes, sir. Which one, sir?
Not included. No, madam, you are not included that approval group example like here.
Yes, sir.
1 minute.
Yes, sir. 1 second.
This slide. Next slide.
Yeah, the approval group,
no,
sir.
No, this is next.
Before this?
Next slide. Next
okay,
slide.
1 second. Yeah.
Like this diagrammatic is
correct, sir. I didn't find it, sir. That's why I didn't find that. So that's why the approval group we can actually show it in the instance. That's the reason I was like mentioning. Once we show it in the yes, sir. You can tell, sir. You can give an example.
No, approval group. See, we can give approval based on employee group. Make it as a employee 1, employee 2. And another group, employee 3, employee 4, employee 5, like that. Okay, you continue that, and afterwards I will give it. Or else in the instance we can show.
Yeah, we can instance and we can show that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to confuse. Okay. Make it deviate.
Okay, sir. Fine. So basically, let us see this example of how the approval process works. So say here, for instance, you have a sales order, okay, that exceeds $10,000, and your order administrator has established the rule which says if the sales order total exceeds $10,000, then get approval. Then you have to send that approval request to your manager. Now here what happens is you create a sales order in the order management work area, and then you click submit. If your order administrator has set up an order management for approvals, and if the sales order triggers an approval rule, okay, so this is the place where it triggers an approval rule, then order management sets the status to approval pending. Okay, you can see here the approval is pending. Order management also locks the sales order, right? So you can't edit it. It adds a lock icon immediately to the right of the order status and then sends a notification to the approver. It sends a notification to the approver here. Okay, then to view details about the current state of an approval process, you click view approval information in the order header. Okay, see the approver gets it. This is the header. So here you get a pending notification. Then the order management adds a notification to the pending notification page that displays in the approver's work area. This is the approver's work area. All right, so he gets a pending notification. The approver can then approve or reject the approval request. Now, if the approver approves it, okay, the order management sets the order status to processing, okay, and then sends it to the sales order for order fulfillment. Suppose if he rejects it, okay, then the order management unlocks the sales order, sets the order status to draft, okay, then allows the approver to add a comment and then sends the sales order back to you, that is the personnel here. So he has an option of putting a comment here saying that the sales order is beyond $10,000, so you have to split the sales order into 2 separate orders, so the total is less than $10,000. So in the beginning, as I mentioned, the rule says that the sales order should not, cross $10,000. So, but here when he has sent a sales order for approval, it is about more than $10,000. Okay. So then if the approver rejects the request, then the order management work area displays the comment that the approver added. This is the comment, right? Then which appears as a note in the approval notes tab of your sales work area. You can modify the sales order as necessary and then resubmit it to restart the approval process. Basically, he has added the comment. It will go back to you. You'll again split that into 2 orders, sales orders, and again send it back to the approver for approval. So basically, this is how the whole approval process works. And this is just an example. The administrator can set up a variety of rules, okay? And this doesn't hold good only to this particular example. The approval process has to happen to the entire different departments, because there are different kinds of decisions that needs to be taken in a day-to-day business process, right? This is just an example of how the approval process happens and how the approval setup is done. So once we show it, now sir will be showing it in the instance as to how this happens. And he was even talking about the approval groups. He'll be showing it to you in the Fusion instance now. Sir, do you want to add anything?
Now, no,
I mean, not now. I mean, when we actually go into that process, yeah, when we come to that topic, yes, sir, not now.
Yeah, correct.
No.
Okay, no issue,
Yes, sir.
Srikanth. ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? ரொம்ப நாளைக்கு முன்ன 2 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்ன பார்த்தோம்னு நினைக்கிறேன், இல்லையா? இல்ல இல்ல ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? இந்த கான்செப்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? சேல் ஆர்டர் அதெல்லாம்.
எஸ் சார் சேல் ஆர்டர்.
See, you remember, no? Before ma'am taking classes, I used to take just a brief introduction of all this thing. So order managementல அந்த சேல் ஆர்டர் அதெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் ரீகலெக்ட் பண்றீங்கல, அததான் மேம் இத அப்படியே சொல்ற அந்த ஆர்டர் ப்ராசஸிங் இத சொல்றாங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டெப் ஆர்டர் நம்ம சேல் ஆர்டர் ரைஸ் பண்ணி அந்த வேல்யூ இதான பிறகு அது கிரெடிட் செக் வைக்கிறாங்க. ஏதோ ஒரு பேக் எண்ட்ல இது இருக்கு. சோ சேல் ஆர்டர் செக் பண்றாங்க பாருங்க. சேல் ஆர்டர் செக் பண்ணும்போது என்ன ஆகுது, லிமிட் ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்றாங்க. இப்போ லிமிட் அதாவது 10,000க்கு மேல போனாலே மேனேஜர். யார் இது? ஸ்ரீகாந்த் உங்க இதுல இருந்தா?
இல்ல சார்
Sri, see, if it is exceeds 10,000, your manager has to approve. So automatically அவருக்கு போகுது. ஓகேவா? It is going to your manager and அவர் is suggesting that. அததான் மேனேஜ் இந்த ஃப்ளோவை மேம் சொல்றாங்க. நான் இன்னொரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் உங்களுக்கு சொல்றேன். பர்ச்சேஸ் ஆர்டர் இருக்கு இல்லையா? பர்ச்சேஸ் சரி, பர்ச்சேஸ் ஆர்டர் விட்டுருங்க. ஒரு இன்வாய்ஸ் வச்சுக்கோங்க. சப்போஸ் நீங்க பேபிள் சரி, உங்களுக்கு எஸ்சிஎம் தானே? ஓகே, பர்ச்சேஸ் ஆர்டர் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் அது நான் சொல்றேன். பர்ச்சேஸ் ஆர்டர் இருக்கு, ஓகேவா? இந்த சரி, இதே எக்ஸாம்பிள் எடுத்துப்போம். வேணாம், ஐ டோன்ட் வாண்ட் டு மேக் யூ கன்ஃபியூஸ். பர்ச்சேஸ் ஆர்டர் வேணாம், சேல் ஆர்டரே வச்சுப்போம். சேல் ஆர்டர் இதே ப்ராசஸ வச்சுப்போம். சரி, சேல் ஆர்டர் வேல்யூ இஃப் இட் இஸ் less than 50,000. என்னது? இஃப் இட் இஸ் less than 50,000 இருந்தா நீயே அந்த சேல் ஆர்டரை எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ணலாம். ஓகே, 50,000 இருந்து 2 லட்சம், 50,001 இருந்து 2 லட்சம் வரைக்கும் இருந்தா உங்க மேனேஜர் அப்ரூவ் பண்ணும். யாரு? சேல்ஸ் மேனேஜர் அப்ரூவ் பண்ணும். ஓகேவா? சோ 2 லட்சத்துல இருந்து 5 லட்சம் வரைக்கும் என்ன, உங்களுடைய வைஸ் பிரசிடென்ட் சேல்ஸ் அப்ரூவ் அல்ல, சாரி, GM ஜெனரல் மேனேஜர் சேல்ஸ் கேன் அப்ரூவ் from 2 lakh 1 to 5 lakh. Then above 5 lakh na VP vice president sales has to approve. இந்த ஒரு செக் வைக்கிறாங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. இந்த இதுதான் அப்ரூவல் குரூப்ஸ்ல செட் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஓகே, அது இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ்ல நான் உங்களுக்கு சொல்றேன். சோ இது என்னது, இது கிரைட்டீரியா இந்த மாதிரி செட் பண்றாங்க, இந்த பேசிஸ்ல செட் பண்ணி வச்சுருவாங்க. தட் தான் அப்ரூவல் ப்ராசஸ் உடைய BPM அப்ரூவல் ப்ராசஸ். இதுல செட்டிங்ஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. சோ இப்போ என்ன ஆகும், see what you do when you enter a sale order, system will check that rule. If it is less than 50,000, it will allow you to approve and it will proceed. Suppose if it is exceeding, suppose for example 2,50,000 வருது, அப்போ அப்ரூவல் யாருக்கு போகும்?
2,50,000
படன்
ஜெனரல் மேனேஜர்.
ஜெனரல் மேனேஜர் has to approve. ஏனா 2,50,000 ல இருந்து 5 lakh குள்ள அவர் அப்ரூவ் பண்ணும். Suppose if it is more 7 lakh 8 lakhs na, who will approve? Vice president. So idha in the rule da depending on the amount base panni they will set. Okay, according to the user adu instance la we will tell you. Approval group சொன்னாங்க இல்லையா மேம், அதனுடைய இதுதான் நான் சொல்றேன். பட் ஐ வில் கிவ் யூ எக்ஸாம் இந்த இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ்ல நாங்க எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்றோம். புரிஞ்சிச்சா? ஹைரார்கி எப்படி இது பண்றோம்னு. ஓகே, அமௌண்ட் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆக டாப் லெவல் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் அப்ரூவல் வரணும். லோயர் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்ல இருந்து லோயர் லெவல்ல இருந்து டாப் லெவல் வரைக்கும் அந்த அப்ரூவல் ப்ராசஸ செட் பண்றோம். அப்போ அமௌண்ட் கம்மியா இருந்ததுன்னா யூ கேன் அப்ரூவ். ஓகே, இஃப் இட் இஸ் அமௌண்ட் பிஹைண்ட் தட், ஒரு சர்டன் லிமிட்டுக்கு மேல போச்சுன்னா and top level management has to give approval. அதுதான். ஓகே.
See, basically you relate your day-to-day life, okay, with the business process. Now suppose you get a pocket money of say 1,000 rupees. You have been given all the freedom to spend that 1,000 rupees, okay, but now you want to buy a phone or something, right? Now you can't go buy phone on your own, right? You have to take that approval. Maybe you would have accumulated money, but still as a respect for your parents, you will not go buy something which is expensive. You still need that approval from your parents, isn't it? So take the same thing with the business process, right? So everything at a different stages where a big decision needs to be taken, an approval setup has to be given to a business process. Yeah, so that is how the basic thing here is. So Sneha has joined.
Yes ma'am, I just now joined ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay,
No problem.
Srikanth
sir,
Srikanth, this is not only limited to order management. This is very, very important. It not only to order management, this is not only to create in sale order process. It will be applicable to all applications. Okay.
okay sir.
Okay, பேமெண்ட் ரிசீவபிள்ஸ் எல்லாத்துலயும் இந்த அப்ரூவல் ப்ராசஸ் இருக்கு. ஓகே, So நீங்க நினைச்சிக்க கூடாது, you should not think that this applies only to order management. அப்படி இருக்க கூடாது, அப்படி கிடையாது. It applies to all. Okay, approval process is applied to all. Okay, even purchase order raise பண்ணும்போதும் சரி, purchase requisition, purchase order, invoices generate பண்ணும்போதும் இதெல்லாம் தான் approval set பண்ணுவாங்க. ஓகேவா?
And not only to financials, even to other Fusion applications as well, like the HCM, like let's suppose if you want a leave of 1 day, your immediate supervisor will approve it. Suppose if you want more number of days, say for 1 month, you have some reason, so the the manager level, it will go for the approval to the manager level. So basically all applications, throughout the business process, okay, you need to set up an approval set. You need to do an approval setup, basically. That's how it is. Yeah. So any doubts till now?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I think sir, now you'll take over and we'll start the
Yeah.
Please.
See, Srikanth, Sneha ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Just for give me 5 minutes break. You take a 5 minutes break. I will like yesterday. What I will do? I will send you a link. I will show you the practical. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Are you okay with this? Behind 8, are you comfortable to sit behind 8?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
You have any problem? No. If you
No,
have
sir.
any, let me know. Because the timing is up to 8:30, 7 to 8:30. That's why I am asking. If it goes by 8:45 or 15 minutes behind, also it's okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's.
Okay, yeah.
Send you
That's it.
within
So
5
we'll
minutes,
end.
I'll send.
I'll end the session. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
fine. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.